Howdy everyone, it's your buddy BP. It is January 1st, 2016. Happy New Year's to you. And it is also XUR Day. I'm curious to see how XUR is going to bring in the new year for us. So let's go and find him. And here he is, near where the vanguards are. So let's go ahead and take a peek at his inventory. See if he has something nice for us. Titans this week get Empyrean Beliicose. It has an intellect and discipline roll. Its special ability is anti-grav thrusters. Aiming weapons while in the air will hold you in place for a short time, and orbs collected while your super is full will recharge your melee ability. The second ability there, the one about picking up orbs to charge your melee, not so useful. But for the other one, the one that allows you to suspend in midair while you're aiming down the sights of your weapon, that is actually really useful in PvP. I've been surprised how often I've been able to catch enemies off guard doing this, especially wide open maps where there's a lot of wide open ceilings and low walls, such as, say, Black Shield or Rusted Lands. This is really good for PvP. For PvE, I wouldn't recommend it, but for PvP, it's actually pretty good. And it has a really nice roll on it, too, as you can tell. I really like Intellect Discipline for Titans. So yeah, if you do PvP with your Titan, this is one you need to consider. If you only do PvE, then I say you could safely skip it. Hunters this week get sealed Ahamkara grasps. It has a discipline and strength roll. Its special ability is Nightmare Fuel. You get an additional melee charge, and whenever you deal damage with your melee attack, you have a random chance to automatically refill your primary weapon's magazine. I say this is especially useful for Night Stalkers. Smoke bombs are really good both for PvE and PvP. So if you like playing as your Night Stalker for either PvE or PvP, then definitely consider getting this. It's not bad for, I'd say, gunslingers as well if you like using throwing knives. But for me at least, I say it's more of a Night Stalker type exotic. At least that's how I normally use it. But for Night Stalkers, this is an excellent piece to get. And the roll on it, it's not too bad. I prefer more of an intellect strength build. But aside from that, it's actually really nice. So if you don't have these, definitely buy these. Warlocks this week get Starfire Protocol. It has a discipline and strength build. Its special ability grants you an additional fusion grenade. So you get 2 grenades as long as you're using fusion grenades. Fusion grenades are actually pretty good, especially in PvP, because they can attach to enemies and pretty much instantly kill them. Still though, I don't think this is the best exotic armor piece for Warlocks. Fusion grenades aren't bad, they're definitely very lethal in PvP. So if you like doing PvP with your Sun Singer, then you might be able to get some use out of this. But that's the only place I would ever consider it. I wouldn't use this in PvE. And for PvP, it's really just if I really want to use fusion grenades. So with the exception of that, I say you can skip it this week. This week we get a weapon, and it is Invective. It is a solar damage shotgun. Its special ability regenerates ammo over time. To be more precise, it regenerates 4 shots every 30 seconds, and it regenerates them directly to your reserve. So you still got to manually reload them, but even with that taken into consideration, it's pretty good. It's more of a PvP weapon, and you've probably seen this more than a few times in PvP. But let me tell you, if you like shotguns and you like using shotguns in PvP, you absolutely must have this. This is arguably the best exotic shotgun in the game for PvP. In PvE, it's not bad. If you really want a full auto shotgun, I say you have other choices that won't involve you having to use up an exotic slot. But for PvP, this thing is absolutely devastating. If you do not have this yet, definitely pick it up for PvP activities. PvE, you don't need it. But yeah, definitely, if you want to rock this thing in the Crucible or even the Iron Banner, this is the time to get it. Engrams this week. There are only 29 strange coins instead of 31, and they are for helmets. I'm having trouble thinking of any helmets, rather exotic helmets, that are still stuck in year 1 that have not brought into year 2 yet. I'm sure there are some, but I can't think of any, and I already pretty much own them all already. So I think even with the reduced price, you can pretty much skip these. Don't even bother with them. And of course we have glass needles, 3 strange coins, 3 motes of light, 1 exotic shard if you want to re-roll any of your exotic armors. And of course there are 3 of coins, 7 for 5 of them. So you can pop them right before the end of a PvP match, or right before you're about to kill a boss at the end of a strike or something, and you get a random chance to get an exotic engram that can be anything. pretty nice. I think you all pretty much know about them already. So yeah, I guess it's an okay week. Not the best way to bring in a new year, but those grasps are really good. And the Empyrean Beliicose, it ain't too shabby for PvP. And speaking of PvP, that Invective is really good for PvP if you love shotguns. So definitely consider getting that weapon if you don't have it. And that just about does it for this video. I am tired, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the sack. What do you think this week? Do you think XUR had a decent haul? Let me know in the comments section. Also, don't forget to spank that like button if you enjoyed the video or you found it helpful in any way. Your support means a lot to me. And as always, y'all be good to each other, and I will see you in the next video.